Some people say that once you have watched more than 1,000 horror movies, nothing can scare you anymore. Today, we are looking at an extremely brutal dark horror film, The Seasoning House. Before we begin, let me ask you a few questions. Do you know what a seasoning house is? Have you ever heard of the Bosnian War? I am sure most of you already know. A so-called seasoning house is actually a brothel. The Bosnian War was a civil war that followed the breakup of Yugoslavia. The Seasoning House is based on real events from the final stages of the Bosnian War. The film premiered at the London Fright Fest Film Festival in 2012. Although this was director Paul Hyatt's first feature film, it won the Critics' Award at the 2013 Fantasporto International Film Festival in Portugal. That alone shows just how strong this film is. Without wasting any more time, let us enter this hopeless and deeply disturbing story. The story takes place during the final stages of the Bosnian War. An armed group is carrying out a massacre in a small town, killing anyone they encounter without mercy. Their actions make it clear that they are not regular soldiers, but members of a privately formed militia. A teenage girl is suddenly dragged out of her home by several soldiers. Her mother is then pulled outside behind her. As the terrified girl watches, the soldiers shoot her mother dead right in front of her. Angel is overwhelmed with grief after watching her mother die, but the soldiers show no sympathy and forcefully take her away. Perhaps these are two of the most painful things anyone can experience: watching someone you love die while being powerless to stop it, and losing a parent without even being able to bury them. Soon afterward, Angel is taken to a camp along with 5 other captured girls. This place is actually the largest brothel in the area. The militia kidnaps young women from different towns, breaks them down, and forces them to serve customers for profit. Looking at the frightened young girls standing before him, the camp owner, Victor, begins his first lesson.
Whatever life you knew, it's gone. There is nothing outside these walls for you to believe in anymore. Your life now is here with me. But do not think you won't be safe.
After explaining his rules, Victor orders his men to drag one of the girls forward. Then, in front of everyone, he drives a knife straight into her throat. This is how Victor controls people. He kills one person to frighten the rest, making it clear that anyone who refuses to obey will die. The method works immediately. Every girl trembles with fear, and no one dares to resist. The girls are then taken to separate rooms and forced to begin working. Angel, however, is kept behind. Angel cannot speak and has a birthmark on her face. Victor believes sending her to customers would damage their experience, so he assigns her to take care of the other girls behind the scenes. With so many customers arriving every day, the girls need painkillers, cleaning, and basic medical care. There are also several days each month when they require additional attention. If these things are ignored, Victor knows his business will suffer. From that day on, Angel moves from room to room, cleaning the girls, tending to their wounds, and injecting them with anesthetic. Even with Angel carefully caring for them, many of the girls are still abused until they die. After their deaths, their organs are removed and their bodies are dumped in the wilderness. Surrounded by this living hell, Angel's eyes gradually become numb and empty. It seems the rest of her life will be buried inside this dark prison. But before long, the arrival of another girl completely changes Angel's fate. The girl's name is Vanya, and she is strikingly beautiful. One day, while Angel is cleaning Vanya's wounds, Vanya suddenly responds to her with a hand gesture. The familiar sign causes Angel to freeze. Because Angel cannot speak, she has never been able to communicate with anyone. Every ounce of pain has remained trapped inside her, with no way to escape. But now, for the first time, she has found someone who can truly understand her. From that day forward, Angel secretly crawls through the ventilation shafts each night and enters Vanya's room. The two girls use sign language to share their pasts with each other. Vanya remains incredibly optimistic. Even though she is forced to endure endless suffering every day, she refuses to give up. In her eyes, as long as she remains alive, there is still hope. With Vanya beside her, Angel finally begins to see a small ray of light, but that light is soon crushed by the brutal reality around them. One day, a sadistic customer arrives at the camp. His violent assault fractures Vanya's pelvis and leaves her lower body severely torn. Even after learning how badly Vanya has been injured, Victor refuses to let her rest. He only orders the camp doctor to give her basic treatment. Several days later, Vanya is lying in bed, barely alive. Looking at the only person she can depend on, Angel decides to stop giving her anesthetic. In Vanya's weakened condition, another injection could cause her to never wake up again. But on the very first day without the anesthetic, a group of unexpected visitors arrives at the camp. They are the same soldiers who originally captured Angel. They are also the men responsible for murdering her mother. As Angel watches them walk toward the girls' rooms, she can no longer endure it. She quickly runs back to her room, grabs the knife hidden beneath her bed, and secretly crawls into the ventilation system. At that exact moment, one of the soldiers, Ivan, enters Vanya's room. Without hesitation, he throws himself onto the severely weakened girl. Without the anesthetic dulling the pain, Vanya cannot endure the assault. In the end, she is abused to death. Even after Vanya stops moving, Ivan still does not stop. Angel quietly opened the vent grill. She draws her knife and drives it into Ivan's back. After being stabbed several times, Ivan collapses to the floor and stops moving. Angel quickly rushes over to check on Vanya, but at that moment, Ivan suddenly appears behind her with a knife in his hand. Although Angel reacts quickly, Ivan still manages to grab her. He seizes Angel by the head and repeatedly slams her into the wall. As the glass shatters, the soldiers outside hear the noise coming from the room.
Ivan, open the door! Ivan!
They break through the door and rush inside, but Angel has already disappeared. The soldiers stare in confusion at Ivan lying on the floor and Vanya's lifeless body. They have no idea what happened inside the room. With no other choice, their leader, Goran, summons Victor and demands an explanation. But Victor has no idea what happened either. As the two men argue, Goran suddenly hears a noise coming from the ventilation shaft. In that instant, he understands everything.
Where is that little mute of yours? I don't know. Back off! Listen to me. I have just lost one of my best fucking men.
When Victor continues shouting at him, Goran raises his gun and shoots one of the nearby girls dead. Victor immediately falls silent and does not dare object. Goran clearly holds far more power than he does. Goran then orders his men to search for Angel. Meanwhile, Angel crawls through the ventilation system and reaches another exit, but one of Victor's men is already waiting for her. The moment Angel comes out, the man grabs her. Just as he is about to strangle her to death, Angel pulls a syringe of anesthetic from her pocket. Within moments, the man collapses to the floor and stops moving, but the soldiers soon spot Angel. With nowhere else to go, she crawls back into the ventilation system. Before she can escape, Goran grabs her by the ankle. He orders one of his men to bring him a knife and slices through the tendon in Angel's foot. At the last possible second, Angel kicks Goran away. Goran is now completely consumed by rage. He decides to use smoke grenades to force Angel out of the ventilation system. Watching Goran destroy his camp infuriates Victor. Taking advantage of the chaos, Victor shoots one of the isolated soldiers and tries to blame the killing on Angel. Goran knows something is wrong, but without evidence, he cannot confront Victor. At that moment, Goran notices a window suddenly opening. He immediately realizes Angel must be responsible. Sure enough, when Goran climbs onto the windowsill, he sees Angel running into the distance. He quickly gathers his men and leads them after her. At the same time, Angel is running desperately through the forest. Suddenly, she trips over something and falls to the ground. When she looks down, she discovers the severed remains of women scattered everywhere. These are clearly the girls whose organs were removed before their bodies were dumped in the wilderness. That brief delay allows Victor to catch up with her.
It's all right. We don't have time for this. If they find you, they will kill you. Let me help. Give me the knife.
Victor speaks gently and slowly convinces Angel to lower her guard. After all, during the time she spent at the camp, Victor never personally allowed anyone to harm her, but the moment Angel lowers her knife, Victor raises his hand and slaps her across the face. His apparent kindness had been nothing more than an act. At that critical moment, Goran and his men arrive. To Victor's surprise, they immediately point their weapons at him. Victor's actions have clearly made them want him dead. With no other option, Victor tries to negotiate. While everyone is distracted, Angel grabs the knife from Victor and drives it into him. The sudden pain causes Victor to accidentally pull the trigger of his gun. The bullet strikes and kills Joseph, Goran's brother. In an instant, the entire situation erupts into chaos. Angel uses the opportunity to escape. Victor is not as fortunate. Goran fired several shots into him, not stopping until he was dead. After running for what feels like forever, Angel finally sees a house. Using the last of her strength, she knocks on the door and collapses unconscious. When Angel wakes up, she finds herself lying inside a clean room. Someone has already treated her wounds. It appears she has finally found a kind family willing to help her. But then Angel notices a photograph hanging on the wall. The picture shows Ivan standing beside a woman. A chill runs through Angel's entire body. She has unknowingly entered the home of the soldier she killed. At that exact moment, the telephone rings. A woman named Alexa answers it, and Goran's voice comes through the receiver. After the two speak for a moment, Alexa goes to find Angel.
Did he touch you? Did he try to have sex with you? Then why did you do? Listen to me!
But Alexa believes that Goran is calling because he wants Angel for himself. When Angel sees Alexa holding a knife, she immediately runs toward the door. Alexa is just as ruthless as the others. She catches Angel and stabs her from behind. With no other choice, Angel fights back. During the struggle, she accidentally cuts Alexa's throat. Seeing Alexa still struggling, Angel grabs a heavy ornament and smashes it down on her. When Goran arrives at the house, he finds Alexa lying in a pool of blood. Angel has already disappeared. Having escaped once again, Angel can only keep running. Before long, she reaches another building, but Goran has already caught up with her. With nowhere else to go, Angel runs inside. The building turns out to be a factory. Seeing the workers inside, Angel desperately tries to ask them for help. But the moment they recognize Goran, every one of them looks away. They clearly know exactly who he is. Goran orders all the workers to leave and locks the doors behind them. Realizing the danger, Angel runs deeper into the factory. When Goran follows her inside, Angel once again disappears. As Goran searches in confusion, he suddenly hears movement coming from a nearby pipe. Angel has hidden inside the ventilation system again. Now completely enraged, Goran enters the pipe without hesitation and follows her, but he quickly realizes something is wrong. His body is too large to move freely inside the narrow space. He becomes trapped at a bend in the pipe and cannot move. Angel soon notices what has happened. She turns around and crawls back toward Goran. Goran begins begging her for mercy, but Angel shows no emotion. She removes one of her stockings and stuffs it into Goran's mouth. Then she takes blood from her own wound and smears it across his eyelids and lips. The scene mirrors the way Angel once cleaned and prepared the girls inside the camp. After finishing, Angel slowly crawls out of the pipe. Goran is left trapped inside, completely alone, waiting for death. And that is where the film ends. There are no ghosts and no supernatural effects in this movie. The most terrifying monsters are never ghosts or demons. They are human beings whose humanity has been twisted and destroyed by war. The so-called seasoning house was never seasoning food. It was destroying the lives and dignity of countless innocent girls. Throughout the entire film, Angel remains silent, numb, humiliated, and abused. She witnesses the darkest side of humanity and endures unimaginable suffering. When kindness is crushed and innocence is destroyed, the only thing left is the desperate will to fight back. This is not a satisfying revenge fantasy. It is one of the bloodiest warnings that war has ever left behind. Peace may seem ordinary to those who have always lived with it, but for countless people trapped in war, it is a form of salvation they may never experience in their entire lives. Cherish the peaceful world around you, because in a land ruled by war, mercy rarely survives. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.